master in a certain field. You just don't realize it yet. You just haven't found your path. Before Confucius found his path, he wandered aimlessly, worked so hard, yet achieved nothing like a stray dog. But once he found his path, it took him less than 3 years to become a sage for the ages. For 2,500 years, a saying has been popular in China: if heaven does not give birth to you, it will be an eternal night. He achieved this status in just 3 years. He was originally a noble, but after falling on hard times, he made a living by teaching others. After earning some money, he still wanted to become an official, to enter the system. And indeed, he became an official, reaching the highest position as the acting prime minister of the state of Lu. As a result, because he wanted to implement his ideas, he offended the interests of many powerful figures. In the end, the emperor had no choice but to dismiss him. Not only was he dismissed, but those in power in Lu's political arena wanted to kill him. Ultimately, they gave him two options: either stop promoting his foreign teachings or face severe consequences. With no other choice, he chose a third path. He divorced his wife and left. But no country was willing to accept Confucius. In the end, only the state of Lu was left. Before he could reach Lu, he was captured by the states of Chen and Kai, who surrounded him for 7 days and nights without food. Chen and Kai declared that if he attempted to go to Lu, they would kill him. Eventually, his disciple Zigong went to Lu to seek reinforcements, breaking the siege of Chen and Kai and saving him from starving to death. He finally set foot in the capital of the state of Lu. Just as he was about to reach the capitals of Wei, Jin, and Chu, a person dressed in white came out holding the coffin of the king of Chu, saying, "Confucius, return to where you came from." It was the king of Chu who invited me here. The king of Chu. The king of Chu had died, and the newly appointed crown prince did not like his political teaching. At this moment, Confucius collapsed to the ground, as if he had aged significantly. His disciples said, "Master, do we also have to give up on our dream of realizing the great way of the world? Even when we were chased by the soldiers of Cheng and Kai, we never saw you look so old." At this moment, Confucius said, "Once, I went to Zhou to seek the way from Laozi. Laozi is my teacher. I once asked my teacher, 'Where is my path?' My teacher said a sentence to me, 'The mandate of heaven is called nature.' I didn't understand the second sentence. My teacher said, 'Following nature is called the way.' I still didn't understand the third sentence. My teacher said, 'Cultivating the way is called teaching.' Today, I truly understand my teacher's words. My natural path is not to become a so-called politician or official. My natural path is to pursue scholarship. Come, let's return to the state of Lu and continue teaching." To be honest, at that time, the disciples were thinking, "Aren't you going? The state of Lu said they would kill us if we return. How can we go back?" Yet, we headed towards the state. As they were walking, suddenly there was a civil unrest in the state of Lu. His disciples, Ranqiu and Zilu, returned to quell the chaos. Zilu was brutally hacked to death, chopped into pieces, while Ranqiu led the army to defend the capital of Lu. At this point, the Ji family approached him and said, "General Ran, say no more. Whatever you ask, I will fulfill. I will make you the great general, even give you my position. Without you, there would be no state, and without you, there would be no record of me." At this moment, Ranqiu said, "I don't want anything. I only want my master to be able to return to the country." His disciple used his own illustrious military achievements to exchange for Confucius' return to the state of Lu. When Confucius returned to Lu, he was already 68 years old. He no longer pursued his unrealistic political dreams, but instead devoted himself to education. In just 3 years, he became a revered sage for the ages. And together with his disciples, they were celebrated throughout history. This led to the saying, "If heaven did not give birth to Zhongmi, the world would be an eternal darkness." 68 years old. Wasting time, living a life without achievement like a stray dog. Yet in 3 years, his accomplishments were unprecedented and unmatched. Without finding the right path, we are all ordinary people. By finding the right path, we can all transcend and become sages.